It is a pleasure to be with you today and to do this reading. It has been way more than a minute since I have done a reading. It's been weeks, and I know that, and I apologize for that. I did a big psychic fair a few weeks ago and kind of was a little bit drained from that. And so now I'm back and I'm ready to do this reading. I was so inspired. This is funny. Not funny, actually. I just knew the first reading that I was going to do when I came back would be a love reading. I was just very inspired to do one, and I was very into it. But one of my friends in the last few days has been going through a breakup, and it kind of took the wind out of my sails as far as doing a love reading, because it's just kind of depressing, you know. But then it occurred to me, that is a part of relationships. Not all relationships last forever. Breakups they happen, so maybe there's even some guidance in a love reading for someone who might be going through a breakup. So I am going to do this love reading. It is just about what's next, or what's coming up for you in the next 30 days in your love life. And you could even say love, sex, and romance, because we will get whatever comes out here and talk about whatever we see in the cards. I have only started with one card and one stone, and we'll pull the cards as we go through the reading. So today this is going to be pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. On pile 1 is a rose quartz. On pile 2, an amethyst. On pile 3, amazonite. And on pile 4, a citrine. So go ahead and choose the pile that you think has a message for you about your love life in the next 30 days. Click on that timestamp for that pile in the description box below, and that will take you directly to that part in the reading. I will put some guidelines in the description box about how to pick a pile in case you are new to pick a card readings. My subscribers are very familiar with them, so they know how to do them. Okay, so make your decision about which one of these readings you'd like to see, or all of them, doesn't matter. And go to that part in the reading, and I'll see you there. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 1 for your love reading, love, sex, and romance in the next 30 days, these are going to be your messages. Pile 1 had the rose quartz on it, and it had this beautiful card right here. The message is, listen with your heart. You are listening, but need to hear with a loving heart. So let's dig into this a little bit deeper and see what this is about. Show us what's coming up with pile 1 in their love life in the next 30 days. What's coming up for pile 1? Interesting. Got the Lover's card. I'm going to leave this in here. So this is actually one of the general card. It's not a tarot card. It is like a cover card for the deck. But I sometimes read this, and I'll tell you how I'll read that in a little bit later. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles. And let's just go one more for the Herbal Tarot deck. I use these for love readings because I just think they're a little softer, I just like the, I don't know, the look and feel of them for love. They seem lovey to me. What else for, just one more. There you go. Oh, you got 2, that's fine. The Fool and the Tower. I love this, you guys. Listen with your heart. You are listening, but need to hear with a loving heart. So what can that tell us about what's going on in your love life, just to start off with? It's like someone is talking to you, trying to communicate with you, and you are listening to them. It's not like you ignore them or anything, but you may be listening with your head, with your ears, with your ego, with in a very practical way. You may be listening to this person, and this is telling you to open your heart up in this situation and listen to what your heart is telling you, not what your head is telling you. That's what it tells me. That's where I think you're at. So guess what? The reason for this is you do have someone that's coming in to offer you a stable relationship. This happens suddenly. This Tower moment is a sudden change. And the Lover's card talks about an option in love, or a choice in love. The Fool card talks about taking a leap of faith in love. So just looking at this on the surface here, and by the way, these are big cards. This is a major change that's coming up in your love life here. I think someone is offering you something in the way of relationship that means stability. And it could have to do with contracts. That's why I left this in. Sometimes I use this as written contracts because it is, what is that, papyrus paper here with flowers around it, and all these great tarot tools, everything that you need. It can just mean to me that you're signing a contract that you will be able to fulfill, because you'll have everything that you need to make it work. And then there's the flower around it tells me that there's some magic about it, or some love about it, or some happiness. To me, I take people flowers all the time. Just a little bouquet like this. Very cheap thing to do. I get them for like $5. And to me, it's just like bringing someone a smile. So flowers to me mean a smile. So there's some happiness about this contract. It's good. It's good news, right? And you have everything that you need to fulfill this contract. A lot of times contracts have to do with material things. And that can be jobs, if the other cards indicate that. But we're doing a love reading. So this tells me it's something solid, this relationship that is being offered to you, and maybe even comes with like a home. Maybe it may be marriage, maybe a marriage contract, or this person wants you to buy a home with them. It's something like that. Now, this is why this is saying listen to your heart with this situation, because there is a choice that needs to be made here, and you're kind of on the fence with this situation. It feels like this Fool talks about a sense of adventure, going out on an adventure, taking a leap of faith and doing something that you do not know how it's going to work out, but the message is take the first step, kind of thing. The universe is asking you to begin this journey. Now, this could just be talking about this particular new journey that's being offered to you, like this relationship, and taking a leap of faith in this relationship. It could talk about that. But for some of you, I feel like it talks about being torn between the stability of this relationship and the love that you find here in this relationship, and wanting to go out and be adventurous and not necessarily settle down. So that's what I'm picking up with this, that says there's a choice here. Do what your heart is telling you to do, not what your head is telling you to do, not what your fear is telling you to do. What does love tell you to do in this situation? I think this is sudden for you guys. I think it's very unexpected that you're being asked to make this choice. So if it's a proposal, it's an unexpected proposal. You know how most couples these days, they usually, not most, let's not say most, but a lot of times in this society, people ease their way into relationships. They'll start dating each other. They date each other for a while. They live together, and then they get married and they have kids, or they have kids and then they get married. It's just like they ease into relationships. This is not like that. This surprises you that this offer is going to be on the table. What else do you want us to know about pile one and what's going on in their love life here in the next 30 days. What else can you tell us about this situation? I mean, I feel like it's a pretty solid message here. All right, what else do you want to tell us about this relationship message for pile 1? Got the moon. The Ferret, which talks about blending, alchemy, and those kinds of things. And the Hermit. Man, you've got huge cards here. There's so many major arcana in this reading. This is a big deal, you guys. This offer that's coming into you is a big deal. All right, so the moon talks about not being able to see the whole picture. There's stuff going on beneath the surface that you cannot see. You have to move forward based on your instincts. And that's just one step at a time. Let's see what it can talk about. Deception, like people are not necessarily telling you or giving you all of the information. There may be I mean, there could be downright lies going on here, but I'm kind of not feeling that. I think it's just all very muddy and murky, which, by the way, relationships can be sometimes anyway. You can't see the whole picture. But the message of the card is that when the light comes out, when the sun comes out, you will find that you're in the right place. But until then, you just have to move forward based on your instincts. So the Ferret, it kind of it's connected to the Temperance card in the Universal Weight deck, and it talks about blending a little bit of this and a little bit of that to create something new. When I get this card in relationships, it tells me that there is some real difference between the two of you, and maybe that is what this hesitation is about. And I use the example a lot of times of a couple comes together and they come from really different backgrounds. Like one family is Catholic, one family is Jewish. I don't know why, but I feel like those are very strong religions. Like those families, those Catholicism and Judaism, that's so ingrained in those families' culture, in their history. It's just more than just a religion, right? It's a lifestyle. So when two people from those different backgrounds comes together in a relationship, or they come together in a relationship, it's going to require some patience, some listening, some cooperation, some blending to make that relationship work. It's not going to be a breeze because there are just some very big differences. That certainly does not mean you cannot make it happen. Many, many, many people have made it happen. But there's some big difference here. Could be a big age difference or something that is that presents a challenge in this relationship and may have something to do with your hesitation here. Okay. Just to wrap this up real quick. So you do get the card of the Hermit here, which talks about going within. It talks about retreating from the world to look within to find the answers. So, same thing as listen with your heart in this situation. You are being offered something. Somebody is offering you something, or somebody wants you to come together with them in some kind of love relationship. That offers stability to you. There is a choice that needs to be made here. I feel like some of you, because there are differences and some pretty big differences in the relationship, I think that you are hesitating and you're torn between pursuing this relationship and just striking out on your own and being okay with being single. And also, don't forget that this is very unexpected, that this offer even comes into you. You are not expecting it at all. All right, so how do we want to finish up this reading here? Here, I think I might just want to see what the animal spirits have to say about this. You know, we're all animals at the end of the day. We're all just animals, aren't we? Here on this earth. All right. What do the animal spirits have to say about this situation? I actually feel like your wisdom act came out in the beginning because it's telling you to follow your heart, which is always good advice. Okay, so your animal spirit in this situation is squirrel. That makes sense to me. The message is always prepared. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all that you need. I think there's some desire here for stability, for home, for, because the squirrels talk about saving something for a rainy day kind of thing. You know, they're always, you know, gathering in the summer and the fall to prepare for the winter. This is definitely, this love that is being offered has a material element to it and goes along with making plans for your future. It's stability. You're being offered a stable relationship here. So that's just the message. It's on offer for you, this love relationship that brings you this stable love relationship is on offer to you. Do you want it or not? That's what you have to decide. And the way you decide is by listening to your heart. All right, that's all I have for pile ones. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 2 for your love reading, these are going to be your messages. Pile 2 had the amethyst on it. And the message for your card is, embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface, and be accepted. Nice card. Okay. So I'm pulling cards as I do the readings today. So I'm just going to see what other messages Spirit has. I think I know what's going on here, but I want to just see what else comes up. I'm using the Herbal Tarot as my major tarot deck today because they're just, to me, seem, I don't know, I like them. They're a little romantic to me, so that's why I use these. I also have some other decks here that I will use if I need to, and I'm being really intuitive about these today and just letting the messages flow as they want to come. I actually thought pile 1 would be a longer reading, but in the end it was like, that's just the message. There's nothing else to get here, you know? So I'll take it as it comes today. All right, so pile 2, what's coming up for them in the next 30 days in their love life? Love, sex, and romance. What's coming up in the next 30 days? Love, sex, and romance. There you go. That's 3 cards. That's good. Boy, those popped out. I like the way they popped out. Okay. You got the Hermit card here. Virgo energy. You got the Judgment. I don't think that's associated with any of the signs. And you got the 3 of Swords. Okay. Jeez, oh Pete. Yeah, I knew this is what was happening here when I saw this message here. Embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. You got this card of heartbreak here. I do feel like the reason this is saying to go ahead and feel your feelings is because I feel like this is a breakup situation or a bad patch in your romantic situation. They happen, right? Both of those things happen, breakups and a bad patch. Whatever it is, look how dark this card is. And I promise you these cards are not dark. They're you know, there's some of them that are dark, but for you to find one that in this particular deck that has so much black in it is very unusual. So I think there's a little bit of depression going on here. And I always say there's nothing wrong with being depressed. It's staying there that's the problem. So yes, you're going through it right now. Feel those feelings. Allow yourself to mourn that loss. It is a time of going within and retreating from the world to find the answers. You will do that. That is the good news of this situation. You will be able to find the answers. And once you find the answers, you'll be a beacon for other people. You'll be able to shine the light. You'll be able to help other people with the knowledge that you gain as you face the dark clouds here. So this Judgment card is it's the Archangel Gabriel sounding the trumpet, wake up to life. So in the universal weight, it has the people down in the coffin. Oh, there is a grave. So that this does have that same connotation here. It talks about a period of your life when you're being dormant, okay? Like nothing's happening. And and that can happen when you're down a little bit, when you're a little bit depressed. So the trumpet is sounding here at the end to tell you, don't stay here too long. Yes, feel your feelings, mourn the loss, but don't stay here too long, because there is so much life out there. Life is beautiful. Wake up and see the beauty that surrounds you. Take a look at which direction you want to go in your life now. Enjoy the little things in life and the big things in life that are there for you, that are available to you. Just don't spend so much time mourning this loss that you miss out on the life that is there. Life is short, my friends. How much time do you want to waste? That's the question. All right. I say that with absolutely no judgment, because I have been there and I have spent too much time mourning a loss too. Which is kind of sad, but you know, it happened. I'm over it now. That's the good thing, right? Okay, so I just want to get additional messages for this this pile 2. What else do we have? What additional messages do you have for pile 2? That's what I want to know. What additional messages for pile 2? What we got here. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. And the Moon card. Okay. Got this in the last reading. So the Moon is Pisces energy. Those are the only 2 signs that I see here. Virgo, Pisces. But I'm actually not thinking that is what these are about anyway. It's not about people. It's about where you're at. Okay. The Moon card talks about muddled thoughts. It talks about, can't talk about deceit, secrecy, things going on beneath the surface that you don't understand, or you can't, conversations happening that you're not privy to. That's not what this is about. This is about not being able to see clearly. Having to move forward one step at a time and not really knowing if you're going in the right direction or not. The message of the card is when you wake up, when the sun comes out in the light of day, you will find that you are on the right path. But in the meantime, you don't expect to be able to make sense of anything, because it's not going to make sense. And that happens a lot in a breakup situation too. It's just, sometimes things just do not make sense in the moment. I will say that later on, after you get some perspective, after some time passes and you get some perspective, you can see why things happen the way they do. But in the meantime, you're not going to be able to see the whole picture. So this Eight of Cups is an interesting card to get in this reading. I like one thing about it a lot. I like a couple things about you getting this in this reading, actually. The Eight of Cups, sometimes it means it takes one moon cycle for a situation to resolve. You got the moon over here. So to me, that tells me this is a very significant message for you in this particular reading, because that's not all. This Eight of Cups doesn't always have that meaning. It means a lot of things, right? In a reading. But for this particular reading, I do want you to pay attention to the moon cycles, because it is telling me that in this situation will resolve itself in one moon cycle from the time that you're watching this reading, which is good. So that gives me hope, because nobody, like I said, you don't want to be in this mourning place for too long, because I really feel like Spirit is telling you down here, you have so many good things in your life. There's so much good that's happening. You actually have a lot of abundance here. You got the Nine of Cups, which talks about being emotionally fulfilled. And interestingly enough, you got 8, 9. So the Eight of Cups talks about moving on. And it talks about going out in pursuit of that ninth cup. So with this ninth cup coming up in your reading, it means that this is going to pay off for you. Going out to pursue that ninth cup. 8 cups is good, right? But there's something missing, and you will not be happy until you go pursue this. Sometimes it's a passion that a passion project that you want to pursue. Sometimes it's this, especially in relationships, it's okay, so I had this and this was good. That was 8 cups, but I really want this. I really want that ninth cup. So you'll get some perspective here in about 30 days about this situation, and you'll see that, okay, so yes, that was good and there was some good elements to it, but there was definitely something missing here. And probably that's why the breakup happened, because there's something missing. There's something that you want in a relationship that was missing. And so you're going to wake up to life in 30 days. You're going to go out and pursue that ninth cup. I like that for you guys. Today, for some reason, and I don't even know why I'm doing it, it's not what I usually do. I'm ending these readings with an animal spirit message. And I swear to God, I don't know why I'm doing it. It's very random for me, but that's what I'm being led to do. So that is what I'm going to do. So what final message do you have for pile 2 on this love reading for the next 30 days? Oh, Lynx, keeper of secrets. That's a big cat right there. Okay. Take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. Definitely hermit card energy there. Taking time out to figure things out. To figure out how you feel and to trust that inner voice. In the silence and solitude, you will find your strength. I think that's where you guys are at for the next 30 days, figuring it out. But I like that for y'all. You will figure it out, and then you move forward. All right, that's all I have for pile 2s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 3, these are going to be your messages for the love reading. Pile 3 has Pile 3 has a rough cut Amazonite on it. So here's the thing. You guys got 2 cards. You're the only pile that got 2 cards. But I thought the messages went so well together that I kept both of them. So the first message is, appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. So that's the card that you chose. And then underneath it, there's another one. Be authentic, be real, and true to who you are and how you feel. So to me, those 2 messages just kind of went together. So I think we're going to keep them. And we're going to find out what else Spirit wants to tell you about these messages here. Appreciate this moment and be authentic. So what else is going on, or what is going on for pile 3 in their love life in the next 30 days? That is the question. I was inspired to do this because I got to do a love reading, and I only did one at the psychic fair a few weeks ago, and it was so much fun because that's not what people want to talk to me about whenever I do live readings. They usually have a problem that they want to talk about. So this girl, it was just really a pleasure to read for her because she was, excited about her future and wanted to know what was coming up in her love life. And it just reminded me that, oh yeah, those are fun to do. So that's why I chose to do this, my first time back. So, pile 3. What is coming up for pile 3 in love, sex, and romance in the next 30 days? Let's just see. I'm using the Herbal Tarot today. They seem a little more romantic to me. The pictures, they're softer. Okay, so we got the Chariot, Cancer energy. We got the Queen of Cups, Scorpio energy. What else for pile 3? Water, water, water. Emotions, definitely some emotions going on here. What else for pile 3? Okay, got 3 cards. The Magician. Okay. Appreciate this moment. Be authentic. There's something, okay, I'm going to have to get some more cards. Thank God I've got some over here. But, so Chariot energy, these are both pretty powerful cards, the Magician and Chariot. The Chariot talks about having a goal and moving toward your goal, even though there might be some forces that are trying to oppose you and to get you off track, right? You're like, nope, not having it. I have this goal. I'm moving forward towards this goal. The Queen of Cups energy is kind of like, so it can be mother energy. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, for some of you, I think I just got a message. So Queen of Cups can be mother energy. I think for some of you, that's your goal. You want to have a child. Okay, but let's talk about what else the Queen of Cups can be. It can be an older woman who is really good at the relationships, very emotional woman, kind-hearted woman. It's, I kind of call her the kindergarten teacher. Like, everybody loves her. She's so adorable and full of energy, and she's so loving. She embraces people, it's that kind of energy if it is a woman. The Magician card, again, interestingly, talks about a goal. It's the master manifester, right? So there, it talks about having all of the tools, everything that you need to achieve your goal. So I definitely am getting that message of, there are some of you out there who want to be pregnant, that your goal is to have a child, and that is affecting your relationships in some way right now. Let's dig a little deeper into this. Okay, show us a little more. I need a little more information about this. I kind of get a gist for what's happening, but I need a little more information. Show us what else for pile 3. Tell me what else is happening here. Okay, so you got the 5 of Cups. This is a card of loss, actually. A card of mourning a loss. You got the Queen of Swords. Card for an older woman, Virgo or older woman who is really sharp, very intelligent. Makes decisions with her head and not her heart. Interesting, because you got the heart queen here, and you got the head queen here. And then you got the High Priestess, which talks about, that's very divine feminine energy there. Very divine feminine energy, very moving forward based on your intuition. Can be talk about getting advice from someone who is intuitive. And especially if your focus is to get pregnant and you're trying to manifest that, maybe this may be a medicine woman who can help give you herbs or whatever to become pregnant. Definitely seeing that for some of you. So what is going on here? You have this goal. To give birth to a person or this situation, but yet there's a loss here. You're mourning something. Next 30 days. I'm gonna have to sit with this for a minute. So what I really feel here, and this is a love reading, love, sex, and romance for the next 30 days, what's coming up. There's a real confusion. There is a real head-heart tug of war that's going on here that is actually trying to keep you from your goal, which is, let's just ask that question. What is the goal here? Love, sex, and romance. What's the goal here for this pile 3? Family. It is family. You guys are trying to manifest a family. Okay. I'm just going to read the cards as they are right now. You have a head and heart tug of war situation going on with this goal that you have to have a family. Someone, and I think this, it's not just a tug of war in yourself, like you're fighting it. Like, I don't know, do I want, logically it's not a good idea, but I want to be a mother or whatever. You're fighting it in yourself. I think you're also not fighting it, but having to address it with your significant other, because this says be authentic and tell this person how you really feel. If you want to have a child, if a family is important to you in a relationship, you have to be real and let this person that you're in a relationship know this. And I'm also getting a tug of war here between manifesting in the material world and pursuing a spiritual life. It seems like you guys want two things at the same time, and the come to Jesus meeting that has to happen is within you. Be real about, first of all, figure out what it is that you truly, truly want. It feels like they're a dichotomy. The two things that you want are opposed. So when that happens, it means there's no way to have both. You have to choose. And the way you choose is being real about what you really, really want. What is the thing that is most important to you? What is the goal? Stay focused on that. And then these external things or exterior things will not keep you from that goal. They're just things that turn your attention or want to turn your attention, right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. The overall message here is this: be authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. And I'm just going to leave that there. That's the overarching message here. Figure out what it is that you really want, and don't let anything deter you from that. Even though there's a lot of push and pull here. If you want a family, be real about that. I want a family. Yes, this guy over here is great. This gal over here, really, I love her. She turns me on, but I want a family. This, whatever, cannot give me this. So I have to be true to this, because that's where my heart is. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's that message. I'm going to leave that there. So for some of you, it's not family. For some of you, it's this. It is the push and pull of manifesting in the material world and being leading a more spiritual life that you just don't have the monetary considerations. Almost like a hippie lifestyle, right? Although that might be extreme, but maybe not. Okay. All right, so pile threes. I'm getting final words of wisdom from the animal spirit cards. Very unlike me, but I was drawn to do it, so that is what's happening. All right, so final words of wisdom for pile three. Horse, freedom. Oh gosh, okay. That's very synchronistic. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves and stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. I love that after this reading. Whatever you determine will set you free. Whatever you decide is your goal and where you're going, it'll set you free. I think it sets you on an actually very interesting course. So that's a nice card. All right, that's all I have for pile threes. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile four, these are going to be your messages, your love messages for the next 30 days. So pile four did have a citrine on it, the happiest stone of all. So your message on your card is, consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. Interesting. So I'm pulling cards as I go through the readings today. And I'm using the Herbal Tarot. I'm using the Herbal Tarot because I think they look a little more romantic. They're kind of soft, and I like the visual images. So that's why I use these when I do a love reading. So I'm just going to see what further messages Spirit has for pile fours with the consider your foundation. First of all, pile four, or four, the number four, is very much about stability, foundation, and those kinds of things. This card has a house on it. So I'm thinking a stable relationship or stability around the home has something to do with your reading, but we'll just see what comes up. What else for pile fours? What messages for pile four? couple more here, and then we'll talk about it. I don't know what to do with these. Should I take them? They fell in my lap. I'll take them. I feel like I'll take them today. All right, so let's see what we got here. All right, so you got the Six of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, 2 sixes, Five of Cups, Knight of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. How committed are you to love? That's the question. So the first card that popped out here is that Six of Wands, which talks about a victory, winning something. The Five of Cups talks about losing something, mourning something. The Six of Pentacles, it talks about reciprocity. It talks about Pentacles are money. It's material foundation. It talks about give and take. Like if you have money, you give it. If you need money, you take it. So I'm just looking at these 3 cards together right here. Just what that tells me is I feel like there has been, they come and they go. That's the energy I'm getting here. They come and they go. You maybe are, what do you call it? Young, impetuous. Knight of Swords is very young energy. If it's a young man, it's a very impetuous young man. It's a young man who likes to fight even. Maybe doesn't have good grasp over, the baser instincts yet. That's what youth is all about. Not necessarily can figure everything out. And I'm getting just all of this, just looking at this right here, right now, I'm just getting a lot of, they come and they go. And I think that is in relationships, and especially coupled with this card. Look at how committed you are to love. I just feel like there's very young energy, a lot of dating going on, but not a lot of serious relationships. And then over here at the end, you get this Nine of Cups here, which talks about being completely emotionally satisfied, talks about being satiated, way more connected to this card here, happy home, happy relationship, everything that I want in romance. So I feel like this is just a temperature check for where my pile 4s are. So what I think is you have been dating a lot, maybe having a lot of fun dating, actually. Win some, you lose some. Sometimes you've gotten your heart broken. Sometimes you've broken other people's hearts. It's all been a little bit of fun and games up until now. And I think that there's maybe a consideration here of maybe I want something a little more stable. Maybe I do want a home and family. Maybe I want to stabilize with the dating thing a little bit. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay, so show me more about pile 4. What's happening here? What else for pile 4? Okay, we got the Hanged Man. Boy, that guy is naked. Ace of Wands. I like this. This is good. Okay, one more. The Lovers. Very good. Yes. Okay, this is what's coming up for you guys in the next 30 days. This is so cool. So it looks like you've taken a time out in relationships because of this, I think. Because there's been so much. It's just been all very superficial. You've had a lot of fun, but you kind of took a time out to look at things from a different perspective and say, okay, wait a minute. What do I really want? Maybe you want something a little more stable. Now, I'm not saying you necessarily want to meet the one and get married, although that might be an aspiration for you. But I do think you want a stable relationship, a solid relationship, as opposed to the flirting and, sexual relationships that don't, not a lot of heart in them, but just fun. Nothing wrong with that. I just think you're not in that place anymore. I think you've taken a time out from dating and you've decided, okay, what I really want is a real relationship. So, congratulations, because winner, winner, chicken dinner, you get a new beginning in relationships. I do feel like, I'll have to say this, there's a choice here. You might have two options coming into you for a serious romantic relationship, and have to make a decision about which one to choose. The Lover's card always talks about a choice in love. So I do feel like there's this new beginning is going to be offered to you. What month are we in? August. Yeah, okay, we're going into the fall, because I was saying this card really reminds me of the fall, the Ace of Wands. It's really fall energy. So maybe in 30 days, give it a little more than 30 days is what I'm saying for this. I think this is in the fall that this is happening. But you get some options coming into you in romance. Again, either two people or a choice between love and something else, or two things that you love, or something like that. There's a choice here that has to be made. Do you want this new beginning or not? I kind of think you do. I kind of think you make the decision, yeah, I'm going to go for it. That's just how it feels to me. Of course, you always have free will. You can do what you want to do. But since you have new love coming in, I want to get some more information about the person or people that's coming into you. And I'm glad that you got this, because thank God those other readings were getting a little dreary. No new people coming in, just dealing with the current relationships that people have. So this is exciting that some new love is coming in. Okay, so I would just want to see. Now, I will say this. At this point, I think this is a good, very gentle reading. This is just out of my nosiness that I want to find out more about this lover that's coming in, or the love options that are coming in. When you start getting to this level, it's going to start getting real specific. So this part may not resonate with you, and this part may, or none of it may resonate with you, or all of it may resonate with you. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that when you start looking for details, it just gets more specific. All right, so tell us about the options, the new love options coming in for pile 4. What can you tell us about it? I'll take anything that they can tell us. Personality traits, zodiac signs, where you meet them. Let's start with tell us about the personality of this person. What can you tell us about the personality? High Priestess, so they are a spiritual person. What can you tell us about this person? And that's spiritual, not religious. Spirituality is very important to them. What else can you tell us about them? Oh, definite. Oh, okay. So 2 different kinds of energy here. And maybe this is 2 people, actually. Looking at it this way, I think it's 2 people. Okay. King of Swords, older gentleman, Libra energy, the energy of an older man who kind of in the justice system a lot of times, judge, cop, something like that. They are really cool-headed. They're head over heart kind of energy. It's kind of like King Solomon. That's my favorite King of Swords to talk about. That biblical story. These 2 women are fighting over this baby. They go to King Solomon, and each one of them says, this is my baby, and King Solomon has to make a decision about which one to give the child to. He says, okay, so here's my decision. Since you both say that it's your child and there's no way for me to know, we'll just cut the child in half, and then both of you can have half the child. And this one woman just screams, no, 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 give her, she can have it, she can have the child. Do not cut that baby in half. So then King Solomon knew that that was the real mother, because no mother would want that to happen to their child. Very smart person. That's who this is. Older guy. Very, very smart. Okay. Younger guy. And I say guy because I'm a woman and I date men, but however that resonates with you. Younger, masculine energy is what we're going to say. Younger energy that's very passionate. Probably, okay, so this is air sign energy. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. This is fire sign energy. So Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Very passionate, could lean more towards the sexual end of the relationship spectrum. Like if you're talking about having a relationship with this person, at least sex is very important to them. And I just had a thought, I'll tell you that in a minute. Okay, so passionate. What else about the fire signs? They're usually good business people. They're like business owners. They're not so terribly good at taking orders from other people. Boss energy kind of thing. So the thought I just had is, for some of you, this choice may be to continue with an option with a sexual relationship and another option with someone who is more stable and can offer a home. Okay. For some of you, yeah, it's two people. For some of you, this may be just the new person that's coming in, the option that you have for a real relationship. Kind of this person is both of those, embodies both of those. That very intelligent, but also very passionate. That is a distinct possibility, because nobody is just one way or another. But there will be a choice here. There will be a decision that you have to make. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone because again, when you start getting into those specifics like that, it becomes more and more. It just narrows it down to who this reading will resonate with. So to finish up this reading, I will get final words of wisdom from the Spirit Animal Oracle, which is very unusual for me to get final words from the Spirit Oracle, but that's just what I was led to do today, so that's what I'm going to do. One more message here. So you do have this decision, black and white here, this decision that has to be made. The twos are talking about decisions. You got the Lover, which talks about a choice too. This High Priestess may indicate that you get some guidance from somebody. You go to somebody who maybe has, maybe a psychic or something, and they can help guide you through the process of making this choice between these two people. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Final words of wisdom from the Spirit Animals for pile 4. Wow. I've never seen this card before. Wow, wow, wow. Black Jaguar, Old Soul. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. Look at that card. That is a powerful card. Okay, so I think this is just for you. This is just a message for you. You are an old soul. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. It does have to do with manifestation energy. But it's also just a message to you that you're an old soul. So follow your dreams. If you want this stability, it is there for you, this stable relationship. If you want to continue having adventures and and having relationships not being the most important part of your life, doing other things and maybe just dating or whatever, that's fine too. Follow your heart. Do what you want to do. What is your heart telling you to do? Either way, aces are new beginnings. So that's what's coming up for you this fall. A new beginning in love and romance this fall. All right, that's all I have for pile 4s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care.